So there's been a lot of upheaval lately. Have you noticed this? With financial systems, the economy, religious systems, people searching more to find the answers. Is this a new answer? Is this a new healing method?
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot been going on for people. Certainly with all the different chaos that appears to be going externally, people are starting to fear a lot more and look at their life and think, I get up and I go to work and I come home, is this it? There must be more. And the age-old question, why am I here? What is the point of my life? And certainly people are searching a lot more. Ideally, we would want people to be searching within, but initially most people start their journey searching on the outside and looking for maybe a guru or someone to help them, guide them along the way because they feel very lost. What we've discovered is that certainly you can get some guidance, but the real essence of your personal power is going within and having self-awareness and understanding that you actually create your reality. And sometimes that's hard to believe when you see some things happen in your life that you're not really happy with. But the more you go within, the more self-assured you are and more self-aware of exactly what's happening. And therefore it gives you a lot more personal power.
So this isn't a new healing method?
It's not a healing method from our point of view. We don't stand up there as the guru telling you or healing you in any way. That's not our purpose here. And what we do is give you a whole lot of tools that you can apply in your life so you're making the decisions from within, you're getting your own inner guidance, and therefore life seems to flow more when you're actually in your own understanding of what's really going on. So they're a set of tools that help to either you to heal your own body or for you to actually create. So that's probably how I would describe them, a set of consciousness tools.
A set of consciousness tools. So can I mix this with other methods? Can I use these tools with pranic healing, Reiki, NLP?
No, not at all. These are not to be mixed with any other modality, and that's the trouble. People have been learning this thinking it's another healing tool that they can go and do on somebody else. And what happens is when you actually mix this with, Reiki or NLP or pranic, you actually water down the potency of what you're doing. In the past, when we've had something happen to us, we might have chosen, say, we've got sick, or we might have gone off to a doctor and got some prescription medication to help to deal with the chemical point of view, or if we've had muscle tightness, we might have gone and had a massage, or if we've suffered something and we need to understand it from a psychological point of view, we've had some counselling or done some psychotherapy, or sometimes we've gone off to a pranic healer who's been able, or a Reiki channel who's been able to help us shift energy. But where we're working at now is way beyond that. We're working at the light and consciousness level. We're working at the information level. And everything in the matrix that we live in our planet, is simply information, and it's how we perceive it. And so that's with helping to show people how they can follow the information, how they can change the information of their lives so that life flows a lot easier for them.
Okay, so at this informative level, what can I use it for?
What can you use it for? You can use it certainly to heal your body. So for instance, there's a whole sequence of events that occurred for you to get sick. And it's how you perceive what happens to you, certainly that also helps to create that. So what we show you is how to structure it so that we give our own body a set of steps to take to heal itself. So we're actually telling our body how we want it to heal and how quickly we want it to heal. And the body already knows how to heal. It's been doing it for a long time. But we're just making you conscious of the internal voice that you've been having so that you can use the tools to change what's been happening so that you don't end up with an illness or a disease.
Right. It still sounds predominantly like a healing tool. Is there any other area of my life that it can be used in?
Yeah, absolutely. For creating an event or a certain situation. I'll give you an example. We had a participant in our workshop, and she found that she wasn't enjoying going to work. Her colleagues in her office seemed to be hostile with each other. So she used one of the tools every morning on the bus on the way to work. She'd put one of the tools over the office building, and she would give it instruction on what she wanted to happen. In this case, she wanted a harmonious relationship for all the people in the office. And what she noticed over a period of time is that that is exactly what happened. Everybody started to react quite differently. She was able to sit down at her desk and just focus on what she needed to do. And so it then became a joyful thing to do, not just to get up and go to work and it was, have to deal with the people. So that's just one of the things that you can do that changes your reality, and a lot of different ways you can apply it in your life. One of the things that I did for me when I first learnt the work was to harmonise my relationship with my son. We weren't getting on too well, and so I went through a process of being able to harmonise so that we would be able to relate in a better way. And over a period of time, he just seemed to come to me with a totally different attitude, and even to the extent of he actually started to study the same work that I'd been doing with this Russian creator knowledge. I was really surprised, but really delighted. And it's so easy. I've been able to teach my 7-year-old grandson some of the tools. One day he rang me up and he said, "Oh, Gran, I've got a headache." And so I showed him one of the tools. So this is how easy it is, really easy. And he rang me back and he said, "No, I haven't got a headache anymore." And I was just so delighted because, previously his mum would say, "Oh, here's some Panadol for your headache." And now he uses this tool, this consciousness tool, to actually clear the headache. So if a 7-year-old can pick it up, just about anybody can. So they're very, very simple and easy to use, almost too easy to use. People have said, "Can it be this easy?" And it is. It's just us humans that have to make it complicated.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
Now, I've heard a lot about number codes. Can you tell me more about those?
Oh, you'll probably see my eyes light up when I talk about number codes. That's probably why I first started studying the work. As a practitioner, I started to see what looked like numbers in some of the work that I was doing, and I had really no idea. So when my husband talked about this work and how there were number codes, I said, yeah, I'm absolutely here for that. Some of the things that people come when we're in our workshops and we say, who would like to know why they're here, what their purpose is, who would also like to know, where your destiny is. And, just about everybody's hand shoots up. I think we all want to know that. And so what happens is, when you're born, the numbers that you were born with not only have a certain frequency, because all numbers have a vibration, but they are actually all the gifts that you're here to use while you're on the earth. The numbers that are missing are the things that you actually are working on and why you're here. So what we do is we take the time to go through everybody's birth date and explain to them why they're here and what those sequence of numbers do, how you apply them, how can you use your birth date for healing your own body, how can you use your birth date when you're wanting to create a new event. So we show you how to use number codes. And of course, they're specifically powerful when you use a number code on your body. I have a medallion I wear that my husband and I gave to us. It has some special words on it, but on the back is actually my birth date. And of course, having that number close to my body allows the energy field around my body to interact with the numbers. And anyway, we explain a lot more about numbers. As you can see, I'm really excited about numbers. So numbers are powerful. It's probably what mostly people ask us questions about, and you've certainly seen the workshop. People are really excited when we get to the number codes, and then they just use them. So they're really handy. We also have some daily number codes that Grigori Grabovoi uses for the expansion of our consciousness. So we go into more explaining about that and helping people expand their awareness and their self-awareness, and how to use those daily number codes in an event or on their body, and what they actually mean. And so we go into a lot more.